If you like the channel, share, promote, and subscribe. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos prediction. Going out to Jack Roberts. Let's get into it. What an exciting night of boxing. Two undefeated fighters facing off against each other. The stakes are high. There's a lot of factors and drama going into this fight. George Kambosos has home court advantage, so I hope that Devin Haney can overcome it. We get to see his mental toughness in this fight. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Devin Haney for a second. Well, for one, this fight is going to be great because both of these guys have similar attributes. They both have good jabs, hand speed, reflexes, great head movement, upper body movement, footwork. So this makes for an explosive night. But getting back to Devin Haney, I feel that Devin Haney is a little more refined. His punches is more authoritative. His jab is better. And he's just the more disciplined of the two, has better defense. But I feel that Kambosos is a little more explosive, that he will be a little more confident in this fight, and that he will take risks in this fight. And although Haney has had more fights than Kambosos, I feel that Kambosos is a little more seasoned than Haney. Now, if Haney can keep Kambosos on the outside, if he can establish his jab early on and keep Kambosos off balance with his jab, and keep him frustrated and guessing with his jab, and fight behind the jab most of the night, I feel that Haney has a significant advantage in this fight. But if Kambosos can get past that jab, if he can get on the inside, if he can back Haney up, if he can force him into a firefight, then Kambosos has an advantage from that standpoint. But as far as who would win this fight, and I have to be honest, as I'm making this video, I'm going back and forth, and I've been going back and forth ever since the lead up to this fight started, because it's so close, because they do so many things the same. One thing I do know is that we're going to be on the edge of our seats for this fight, because it's going to be one of those fights to where there's going to be a lot of exchanges, and there's a chance that someone can get caught in one of those exchanges. And one thing I do see is that I see this being a back and forth fight until somebody gets caught. So the way that these guys fight, it's a little hard for me to see this going to the cards, but I hope that it does go to the cards so we can get 12 rounds of great action. That would be good for the fans. It really would be. But as I said, it's hard to make a prediction. In a lot of ways, I don't care who wins this fight. I just want to see great performances from both guys. But this is a prediction video, so I have to make a decision. So once again, both have great hand speed, footwork, reflexes, upper body movement, head movement, good jabs, so on and so forth. I do feel that Haney is the better overall fighter. He's the better skilled fighter, and he's the more disciplined of the two. But there's a chance that George can bully him in there. And George has to put a lot of pressure on Haney, and he has to get Haney off of his game. That's his best chance of winning this fight. He really has to make Haney fight his fight. Don't let Haney get set in there. Don't let Haney establish his jab. Don't let Haney get comfortable. You have the home court advantage. You have your fans behind you. Speaking of George, use that to your advantage. Get in his head. But as far as my final prediction for this fight, I'm going to go with Haney for the reasons I mentioned. more authoritative jab, more authoritative punches, better overall fighter. And it can go either way, but if I just have to make a decision, I'm going with Haney. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you after fight night.